Hi, Aries. Welcome in to your reading. All right, let's see what's going on here for you guys. Universe, angel, spirit guides, how is it that we're flying so close to the new year? Let's look at your third week of December. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Situation for the third week of December for my Aries. So we're kind of like flying along. We're a little advanced. We're pushing a little further into the week. Some of you, this might not have happened yet, so please take this reading with a grain of salt. I gotta stick in a bonus there somewhere for you guys soon, for sure. So you have something midweek. Alrighty, what's going on here? The Tower, what? And Temperance, and Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Why all these big major arcana cards? This is like major arcana comes along when the universe needs to guide you or help you or take something away from you. Something that doesn't belong to you or something that you've outgrown that you're still holding on to. A lot of you, this might have recently happened or it's about to happen. But either way, with Temperance here, it's telling me that you're trying to find your balance after this shock, this surprise, this big fight, this breakup, this job loss. You're trying to recenter yourself. So you're trying to recalibrate yourself after whatever this is. And with the Hangman at the bottom of the deck, it's telling me you're trying to see something from a different perspective. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you're justifying it or excusing it. I'm not saying you are, but those are examples. All right? Because the Hangman is like, all right, maybe if I hang upside down, maybe I could see it from their point of view. Or maybe if I just look at it from this perspective. This is what you're trying to do. And under that is another major arcana too, with the Hierophant, which means something that you had that was stable in a community, which is like a marriage or your career. All right, moving on. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's coming in towards Aries. So weird. When I drink coffee, for some reason, that's why I'm sniffling. I don't know. My nose runs. Weird but true. Little weird fact about me. And the Hangman came out again with the Queen of Cups. Some of you are dealing with a water sign female that's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Others of you, this is your energy. As you know, for YouTube, you are my queens and incoming energy is the kings. Whether you're male or female. So we know who is opposing who. Now, with that said, if this is your energy as the Queen of Cups, this is you being emotionally available, emotionally mature. You're taking it like a champ, basically. Whatever this is, this catastrophe or this bad situation that happens to you. And then the Hangman is in the cross position. You're struggling a little bit to figure it out. And you don't want to sit put because, you're an Aries. You got things to do. The Emperor's at the bottom of the deck right there saying, I got things to do. So you're like fluffing up those, peacock feathers and you're showing them. Interesting. And you're sitting there and with your little drink and you're talking to your friends and you're explaining your plans and you're going to do what you're going to do because you're creators. You're emperors in the sense that you create empires. And I think a lot of you guys are in the works of doing this. Make no mistake, that's probably why I'm looking at the Tower card here. This explosion, this big thing, whatever. Spirit's like, finally, wake up call. This is not for you, Aries. You're meant for bigger and better things. It's time to move on. And they see you here as available and ready to do this with this Queen of Cups. If not, then this is a person who's trying to help you or help you open up your eyes to see something. So this person is of help. All right, what does an Aries see coming their way? Guys, that could be your coworker, that could be your mother, sister, a friend, somebody emotionally mature too. If not, then that's you. Now, here you are, single to mingle, tasty as a Pringle. So I don't know if some of you are breaking up, moving away, doing something. But you're like, I'll find my own path. I'll find my own way. If this is in the world of financials, this is a pretty damn high financial card. So you're financially independent these days, meaning you don't really need anybody because the nines are self. And it's me, myself, and I, right? I say that all the time about me, myself, and Irene. Yeah, Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Either someone's begging you for something or you are begging for something, whether it's like a promotion, a raise, money, attention, feelings from a person. Um, so you're like, if I've got to beg for it, then I don't really need you, do I now? So that's kind of the sentiment that's going on for you, and you don't see this coming. It's just going to hit you. And that's when probably the hangman is going to turn the other way around. You're going to see it from a different perspective, and that might be the perspective. Now, let's see what the advice is. The Knight of Cups and Nine of Swords in reverse, and Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. All right. So, either someone is coming to offer you an invitation of some kind, and it is a matter of the heart, okay? Feelings, emotions. So, in your advice, it's saying you should be accepting this offer or you should be giving it. It can go vice versa. You're discerning adults, you know how this flows. Now, Nine of Swords in reverse. You don't need to worry and you don't need to stress, because if you are, you're going to dig yourself a hole. All right. And the anxiety is going to build you another slew of problems you don't really need. So, Spirit's like, honestly, you really don't have anything to worry about here. Just go out, talk to this person, and see what can come of it. Bottom of the deck with this Page of Pentacles, maybe you hit a plateau. Maybe you stagnated. Maybe you got bored. Whether it's your job or this relationship, maybe they did. Either way, you've learned as much as you can learn from the situation, and now you're looking for that growth. You're not going to find it until you stop worrying and just going and speaking to this person on an emotional level. So, again, either you need to accept this invitation or you need to give it. We'll see when we clarify in a bit, but let's see what the outcome is for the week. Outcome for Aries for the week, please. So interesting. Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups and the Six of Swords. And the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Some of you have possibly a fire sign you're dealing with. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody like you. If they're not a fire sign, they're just somebody kind of like you in the sense that creative, passionate, exciting, good looking, very attractive, takes action type of person, right? Is also very creative. If I didn't mention that. Anyway. But going back to the cards on the table, the Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment and desires. The Nine of Wands talks about protecting yourself, guarding yourself, your heart, your emotions, your feelings, your identity, your ego, all of that. And the Six of Swords talks about mentally disengaging from something and moving away, leaving somebody behind, or something like a job or a situation, a fight, whatever it is. Because this denotes you are leaving rough waters and going into smoother waters. So we start with the Tower, but at the end of the week, you end up mentally being able to disengage, because I think you come to learn, you see something from a different perspective and you move forward with that, right? Because I don't know how, those of you that are new, welcome, but others of you that have been following me for a while, I explain the cards in depth. And then I do an overall. So what do we know, boys and girls? We've seen 3 nines so far. Nines talk about the self. So, and in the extended, we'll go into your person, but here it's important to acknowledge you have 9 of Pentacles. You have a 9 of Wands. You have the 9 of Cups. All these things right here are talking about you, your boundaries, your desires, your independence. And then if you can kind of look at the common thread throughout the whole entire read here, you're going in the right direction. You're going in the right path. Even if you're leaving something behind, or something was taken from you, trust it's for you, it's for your betterment. You don't want to live in the world of Nine of Wands. And you also don't want to live in the world of, like, the Nine of Cups, where, okay, it's just you going for your desires. You want to share that with somebody. And those wands, you want them dropped because you want to be able to open up. And this thing is like you're realizing this in the middle of the week with this Nine of Pentacles. You probably got to go walk this path alone to go find it. So you can do the tens, the Ten of Cups, and dropping the burdens, and sharing your life or your situation with somebody, or going in the direction that's going to make you happy. I think the advice is interesting, so I can't wait when we clarify, because obviously you're worried about something, but it's saying you don't have to, because all you have to do is talk to someone here. We'll see. And this person's involved somehow, some way. Now, let's move on. The Tower and Temperance. I hope everybody in general, like when I'm doing my readings, as I'm saying everything, that's why I don't like when people just click off at some point. You're not going to get the whole story until we do the clarifiers, especially the ending. The oracle cards really just tie it all up. But I like when all these cards are put down that you, as yourselves, can understand what it means for you in your life. When we put down and you see the general concept of the whole entire reads, because as I'm going, sure, I could read you the cards, but then sometimes you got to pull yourself back and be like, oh yeah, in a general synopsis, this makes sense. This is me changing as a person. This is all about me and what I want. This is all about, can I do it with or without this person? If they're not going to make my life better, why would I be with them? These are like things that I like about tarot that make you question these things. But then as they happen to you, you can understand them and feel good about it when you're making your next moves. So I guess I'm saying all of this stuff to you because your tower is clarified by the Tower. You knew this was coming. You see it erect. You see it falling before your eyes, because the before is telling you, you kind of knew. You kind of felt it coming, right? But you're like, okay, I'll still just keep doing me, because I think I'm all right with plan B and plan C, because I put that shit in place. So that's what that makes me feel like. So regardless that you might have seen one thing collapsing, I think you might have also been setting yourselves up, whether it's subconsciously or quite literally, up for the next plan, the next beat in your life. All right? Because you're being served some kind of shit that you're not interested in or you don't like, but you're still, you're like, okay, it's an opportunity, it's an offer, I'll take it and see what happens with it. All right, that's before. That's what's leading you to a tower and you trying to recenter yourself. You're like, okay, that happened. Now, let me get my shit together and move on, because I am not going to let this determine who I am or what is going to become of me. So after, please. Aries, after, please. I don't know if some of you are stuck in a job and you think, and you're not getting paid your worth, that's for sure, but you feel like you need to stay there. Maybe this is why you have a tower. Um, Others of you, I don't know if you were also waiting for something better to come along, or you were waiting for that raise or that promotion, but you feeling stuck. Someone's going to come along and says, I'm really stuck. You just have to see something from a different perspective, and maybe you just need to shift your perspective. And that's also why you have Hangman, shifting that perspective for you to see that. Because it looks like you needing to beg, to be noticed, to be heard, period, from anyone and everyone. Whether it's your coworkers, your peers, your boss, or your lover, or your wife, your husband, whoever that is to you. It's like, but I'm here. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I'm gonna put that song on my Instagram, guys. When this goes up tomorrow morning, check out my Instagram, Elpis Enlightenment. I'm gonna put that song in Stuck in the Middle with You. Because you're sitting here waiting for something. I feel like you did your due diligence with someone or something and you're waiting for those ships to come in. Because it's right now, it's like crickets and breadcrumbs. All right. Before, please. Queen of Cups. Death and Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, so in the recent past, you were, it was a burden for you, something that ended, right? Or you had some big collapse, and then you had to reawaken from the situation, and you needed a rebirth because what you keep remembering from your past are not good memories, all right? Because you are reliving something emotionally that had collapsed for you, but in a negative way, not in a positive way. And this is actually why you're mature emotionally, because now you're learning. You have understood that everything does have to come to an end at some point, and it has to have a rebirth of some kind. When the rebirth comes, it should be bigger and better, because it wasn't so great before. So this is why you are now today, or in the coming weeks, the third week of December, you're emotionally mature and available for something, because you know your limits and you've expressed them too on top of it. But here you are trying to think of in a different, you're challenged actually to see something from a different perspective, like why this fell apart or why it happened to you. Because it's not good enough for you. It's super simple. Anyway, so with death, that person had to elevate and regrow. Give me after, please. Yes, strength. You're looking to persevere right now and or resist someone or something. It's like you're holding your tongue. Yeah, because you're not happy. Some of you, if you met somebody new or you were offered something new, you're not really a fan of it. It's unrequited. You're like, thank you, but no thank you. I will hold myself back. And you're not even saying anything either. So, whatever this offer is that you're not interested in, whether that's a new person or a new job or a new opportunity, I think you're like right away, like, click, no, I don't, not for me, I don't like it. No, 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 no. But strength is telling me you're holding back for a reason. Some of you, it is new love. Fresh new start in love. And I don't think you guys are going to be all in it to win it because of what recently happened to you with this tower over here. And you're resisting. That's why your advice is the Knight of Cups. See, that's what I was trying to tell you before. You got to wait for the clarifiers so everything clicks into place. Go on the date. Go talk to this person. You never know. But I see you're like, no, not for me. No, thank you. Here, God, universe, whoever your believer is, you're like, if that's not you, then that's your person. So why are we single with this Nine of Pentacles over here? The Empress, because you're sitting here saying, I've done so much. I've accomplished so much. I'm motherhood, fatherhood, career, job, this, that. I'm not going to lower myself. So I guess you're thinking this person's beneath you. I'm not clear. Or somebody thinks somebody's beneath them. Those are the pre-thoughts to why we're single over here. Maybe it's also third party situation and you're like, I ain't third party. I am the only party. And that's it. I mean, good for you. You know best. But let's continue because I understand why you are single, but let me see what else. After, with Nine of Pentacles, please. Oh, a little stalking. Guys, when I say stalking, I don't mean literally. Like, I got all these, like, rants from, like, the remarks. Not Pisces, another sign. But it's like, all right, well, I'm not talking about real stalking. I'm talking about like looking into a situation, right? So we just say stalking. Like if you're looking for a new job, I'm like, you're stalking a job. You're gonna go and look at the ads. Sometimes you're stalking an ex. You're a human being. You're gonna do that. You know, you want to see why they're liking all your shit. If you don't have social media, maybe it's like the place that they go to or hang out. All right, anyway, going back to this. This after tarot is showing me you feel betrayed like from something and you're recovering from it. I mean, you're like the corpse isn't even cold yet. So you're like waiting to see. I think that's why you're single. I think things might be happening for you back to back and maybe you're not ready for the next step or the next level. Because yeah, you haven't healed yet. You're still tired from something. So you're like, I need to walk alone. I need a minute to myself, for myself, the nine. And that's what's going on. Now, let's go to the advice. Please clarify. Nine of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. Oh my God. You want to see something creepy, guys? I just said Nine of Wands by accident when I wanted to say Knight of Cups. What popped out? The Knight of Wands. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands over the Knight of Cups, it's like, go ahead, be spontaneous, go wild, be crazy, go out on this date with this person, go talk to them. You've got really nothing to lose. Better, what, you'd rather stay home and eat chips and watch TV? Maybe you do, I don't know. But then the moon is also here. There are things you don't know yet. You have so many people to meet who are going to love you that you haven't met yet. And Spirit's like, you don't know that. The moon. They're like, you don't know what's going on in the backdrop or in the back scenes. So why don't you go find out? I mean, go uncover this. Go scratch this itch, you know? You got nothing to lose, really. Text. Text this person back. I don't know why you feel like it's shitty, because this bird is shitting in the cup. Anyway, that's before. So before, maybe you thought it was flaky, right? Or you thought they were acting flaky, or that's why you're kind of in this place where you're not even thinking about it. Let me see after. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're like, you don't want to be bothered. I like that the Knight of Wands is in the before and not the right now. Because the Knight of Cups is a little bit more serious. Aries, please, after with this Knight of Cups and the Nine of Swords in reverse. There you are. Yeah, go manifest your dreams. Go manifest a marriage, a commitment, a relationship, something. Career, job, school. Manifest. It's clarifying your advice. When you go to this, have this invitation, conversation, whatever, you're going to be able to manifest a lot of things. Maybe not necessarily with this person, but you never know. What they say to you, what they do, that could spark something off in your head. Maybe they'll motivate you. All right, what are the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands, please? And the Six of Swords. You're definitely disengaging because you want to manifest happiness, okay? You don't want to live in this world where you're constantly closed up and boarded up. You want to heal and you want to move on. All right, so this is the before, clarifying, is the Magician. You're trying to. You're trying to manifest. You're trying to look at all your options too in a way, but moreover, you're trying to manifest something for your future. So you're like, I'm going to mentally disengage from this, put up my boundaries, show everybody where the line is, and I'm going to go for my wish fulfillment because it is about me. It's Aries' turn. I'm feeling a lot of empowerment actually from this reading and from you energetically. Good for you, Aries. It's what you need to get your ass ahead in life. Anyway, the Queen of Cups just came out, but sideways. The only issue I see is you being stuck with something from your past or your recent past. But you are trying to manifest more over love. And this is a big, huge deal I have to express to you, Aries, because this is going to be some of the big whopper lessons you're going to be learning in 2024. Because it was about money and career and sustainability and stability. Now it's going to go into the world of your relationships. So the big lessons, as I was saying, is here you are already trying to manifest it. It makes sense that it's third week of December because we're bleeding right into 2024 now. It's in the cross, so it's hard for you. This isn't really even your element. You're not a water sign, and you're not emotional. You're not that type. You're passionate, and then you move forward with those feels. But this is going to be a little bit tougher and different from you. That's why it's in the challenge position. So you are trying to manifest love, real love. I want to have one more for outcome, please, for Aries. Nine of Swords, you're worried over something. And I think it's your marriage or your commitment to somewhere. So you don't want to be emotionally unbalanced either. But there is also this female that can help you, whether you're male or female watching me. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, female. This person can help you in a way. All right. Hold on a second. I'm plugging the laptop. And let's see. Romance, angels. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, I have separation. So some of you, obviously, from this tower. And that's really who I'm reading for because I have no idea how else I can read this in any other way. The tower is the tower. Something falling apart. But when there's a tower in your reading, that means the universe saw you holding on to something and they don't want you to be in that space anymore. They want you to move on from that space. They want you to elevate. The universe, what they typically say in theory is this. They want humans to give back to society in their own way, right? It's like, what's that movie? I forgot the name of the movie where you do three good deeds and those three people have to do three good deeds and then it expands like a big ass tree. It's kind of sort of like what the universe wants us to do. They recycle us in that kind of way. They're like, you're done here. We're going to put you over here now because you're going to learn different things with this person and you're going to elevate with this person. And there are things that you two could do for the greater good of humanity. That is the theory. Why? Now, let me bring you back. You never know the people that you're going to meet in your near future because they could very well be your soulmate. That's why you have that Knight of Cups over there in your advice. You could do whatever you like, but this is what Spirit is encouraging you to do. Maybe this isn't the soulmate, but they could lead you to it. So, with the bottom of the deck saying right now you're in separation mode, obviously because something was taken from you. This is why. So we're going to deep dive on this in the extended. And then we'll get there. Now, last but not least, shadow and light. What is the advice here for Aries? Interesting. Let's see. Action and reaction. Oh, wow. This is probably, I can't wait to read this. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get there. Action and reaction might seem like similar concepts, but there's one significant difference between the two. A reaction is an instant, almost impulsive reaction to something that is happening. An action, however, is a conscious decision made after consideration. Reactions are mostly triggered by emotions, whereas an action is determined after logical thinking. It's the thinking brain versus the emotional brain. And sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish the two. I had a feeling it was going to go down this road. This card encourages you to think about how you respond in different triggering situations. Are you in control of your responses or are you not? If you find that you are not, it might be helpful to take time out when you feel triggered and use both your emotions and your logic to find an appropriate response. Ask yourself if your initial thought is accurate and whether it's necessary for you to do anything at all. Reacting can often cause regret after we have cooled down from what triggered the response in the first place. We could see the damage we might have caused. It's easier to see the situation in a different light when the triggering has stopped. A helpful thing to do might be to try and find out what the root cause is of those triggers. Can you find a pattern? Are you always triggered in similar situations? Also look back and see what things have helped you to be less reactive. Does it help you to go for a walk? Visualize yourself in a different place. Count to 10 or repeat a simple mantra. Guys, that's the tower they're talking about. You know, don't fly off the handle apparently. Think before you act. And if it does have a tower in the end, it is what it is. Okay. You guys are going to have to come back to me, please, and let me know about this, because this is pretty crazy stuff for me. So be careful. You want to take care when this whole tower situation happens, especially with that advice right there. All right, guys, my members, I'll see you over at the extended. The link is down below, Instagram. And I will see you guys next week. No, I'm going to try to do a bonus this week. I promise.